What's going on, y'all? So, Catfish came on at the same time Empire came on tonight. Why they did that? Because the challenge came on right after. My nose looked like fucking Rudolph. Excuse that. I was don't even pay no attention to it. We gotta exfoliate and get the dead stuff off of it. Okay, fine, fuck it. Anyway, so God damn, this is one of the drawbacks of being light skinned. You can just see every goddamn thing. Look at this shit on my phone. Anyway, fuck that. That's not what we here for. Um. Paris and Tara, whichever way you want to call it. Episode 11, Season 5, Catfish. It came on an hour early. Well, actually 2 hours early. No, actually an hour early. Like I said, it came on during the same time as Empire. I watched Empire first, so that's why y'all getting this review when y'all getting it around the same time y'all would have normally got it, okay? So we get this girl Paris. She's from Chicago out here, and basically the story is she hits up Max and Eve to try to figure out who this girl is, Dana, that she's talking to. No, Tara, who she's talking to, Tara, who she's talking to, and they've been in this relationship online or whatever for like the last 4 years, and um she's just trying to see who the fuck it is because when you feel like something ain't right, something ain't right. Now Paris, out of all the catfishes, she looked like she did have her head on straight. Got her shit together for the most part. And she don't. I don't even think that. No, I'm not even gonna go in on her. I'm gonna go in on the catfisher, okay? Because that was some bullshit. That was some straight bullshit. But basically, when she was talking to Max and Eve, she's telling them about this relationship. She was young. She was in this chat. It looked like she probably was on Downey Link or some shit like that, trying to find people who were like her, gay, lesbian, bisexual, because she's bisexual. And, she was young at the time. She's trying to figure out these feelings that she's having. And then once she figured them out, she's trying to link up with people who were like her and who understood. Fine. So she started talking to this one girl named Nicole. She gets into a relationship with her. She falls out of relationship with her because, and this is the person that she actually physically met and was physically in a relationship with. This I can't say is okay, you know. And basically, the girl was getting jealous because Paris is a massage technician or whatever the fuck, and a new guy had came in and she thought she was flirting with him and all that stuff, and she couldn't take the fact that she was bisexual. I understand that some people in the LGBT community, we don't, they have their preferences too and don't necessarily like, not necessarily like, meaning I can't stand, but would prefer not to date someone that's bisexual. That's how I am. No shade to y'all, but, I don't, want to all of a sudden, if you do cheat on me, kind of find out you cheat on me with a nigga, like, bitch, no. Okay, but anyway, put that. Y'all like, girl, what? I'm saying, like, we got preferences too. I don't, I could be cool and friends with it, but I can never be in a serious relationship with a bisexual person. That could change, but at this point in time, I'm fine with where I'm at. But moving on from that, we get that situation. Then we get another situation where she's with this girl named Mary that she also met on this chat line thing, and they met. And basically, Mary had it in her mind that she was going to stay with her. Mind you, Mary is like 4 or 5 years older than her. Okay, at the time, Paris was 19 years old. They was going to come out there and, Mary told her that she had a job set up. She had a place to live set up and all that stuff. Next thing you know, she comes out and she comes not only with herself, but her 5-year-old son, plus her mother. And she comes to, at the time Paris was living at her mom's house, so the mom let them stay for that one day. And Paris was like, you have to go because this is not what I bargained for. Because come to find out, Mary didn't have no job lined up. She gonna say something, it's much more easier if I find a job out here once I get out here. No, let me tell you something. Well, I'll get on that in a second. I'll get on that. Cause that irked me. That irked me. Okay, moving on. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. So I was at all staff day today, right? And I was in the auditorium. And the way that I was sitting, so I'm just the whole time I'm stroking my chin and shit. And I'm just noticing like, usually when I sit like my chin is becoming like I had a double chin, like not double, but it was like very, very noticeable. I mean, it's still noticeable, but it's like 1 1/4. Like I still got a little way to go, so I could just have one. Like, bitch, I'm proud. Listen, I know that ain't got shit to do with this video, but listen, I was thinking about it the whole day. Anyway, moving on. Let me stop playing. But anyway, back to you, bitch, Mary. Okay, so she get in her feelings and she gets down the chat line. Paris was like, girl, you gotta go because this is not what I bargained for. I'm not gonna take care of you, your mama, and your son. Like, hell no, I'm only 19 years old. I'm a student. What the fuck? I ain't got it like that. I'm living in my mama house right about now. So, they broke up after that. And, Paris heard that she got married and all that stuff. Fine. But this is when Paris started talking to this girl named Tara on the app or whatever the fuck it was, and she was talking to her for 4 years or whatever. Next thing you know, Mary pops her ass up on the chat line. I guess like a group hangout or whatever. You can chat and all that stuff with multiple people, whatever. And she was messaging Tara talking about something. Don't fuck with Paris because she's an evil ass person. She ruined my goddamn life. All this stuff, and she's a heartless person. Yada yada yada. She's an evil bitch. And I was like, damn. Paris, the fuck you do? Okay? So now they trying to get to the bottom of who this terror girl is because Paris made it known that, every time they tried to meet up, because at that moment in time, they both live in the same city, why we can't meet up or whatever. At that moment, every time they tried to do something, an excuse will pop up. I got into a car accident. Oh, my head hurt. Oh, the brain injury. Oh, this and oh, that. And so at this point in time, Paris was putting two and two together like, this is not the person that I thought I was talking to. Let me see if this person is real. So she did do the image search, and she found out that the person that was in that picture was not Tara, but a girl named Dana. So Maxie Neves in the picture sent a message to her on her Facebook. Come to find out she lives in New Jersey. She sent the message back. They was video chatting or whatever, and they told her about what was going on. And she was like, I don't know nobody in Chicago. And I'm sorry that happened. Fine, we got to the bottom of that. So now they're going to go and they're going to check the Nicole girl. The Nicole never sent the message back. Never ever responded back. So they was like, it's a possibility that it could be her, could not be her. They also sent the message to Mary. Mary sent the call back and all this stuff and was basically saying how you listen to the voice. Mary was saying how yeah, she did this and she's a heartless person and just dogging the fuck out of her and saying it's funny how she calling y'all to be talking about some she might be being catfish when she was actually catfishing people too. She used to do the same thing. So this threw everybody for a loop. Max and me go back to parents like, bitch, so wait a minute. You just so conveniently decided to not put out there that you used to catfish people too? She was like, and I had to give Paris her props because she didn't stutter on this. She was like, oh, wow. Okay, well, let me tell you what it is. I was 16 years old. I was a confused kid. And yes, I did catfish two people. Well, that's the two people that we saw. So, and I told them and I apologized. And I can't apologize enough for that. She owned her shit. I said, all right, maybe you did that because you was on the camera. But bitch, Paris, she wasn't trying to be made any more of a fool than she was. Okay, because she's falling for a picture that ain't her, ain't the actual person who she's talking to, right? So, they was like, okay, because Mary telling us a totally different story about you, so now we don't know if you telling us the truth or whatever. So now there's a little doubt. So I'm sitting here like, Paris, what it is, girl, and I could tell like, Paris, girl, you need to stop playing. You just don't give off the vibe that you bisexual, okay? You give off the vibe that you just straight lesbian, all right? And you the dominant femme in that relationship. You an aggressive femme, okay? You just gave that vibe out to me, Maybe you'll come to that conclusion one day, but if you do, you heard it here first. But anyway, moving on from that. So the girl, they go, and then the next thing they have to do, because the number that came up, I guess it came out to Mary's or something like that, something dealing with Mary. But they wound up calling the number finally. And then we hear the girl on the phone and it was a different person. So we was like, all right, fine. This got to be a totally different person. And she was like, okay, I would meet her, but I just feel like if of course, I'm not the girl in the picture. And if we do meet up, I just feel like she's not going to accept me for who I am. And she said, hold on a minute. Let me call you back in a minute or two. And as soon as she hung up, Paris get a text from her saying if you want to meet me, all you got to do is tell me that you love me. And then she was like, tell me that you love me again. And they was like, what the fuck is this? I'm thinking like, girl, run. Run, because this is some crazy shit. All right, this was, I said, she doing a lot. Um, I said, this cat and mouse bullshit, let that shit go. But sometimes you want to see who the one that is that was fucking you over all this time so you can get back at that ass. Try to get your word in and be like, yeah, bitch, you look stupid. And that's exactly what it was. Okay, that's exactly what this ended up being. So Mary, whoever it was on the other line, Dana, Tara, whatever, they called back and it was like, okay, yeah, I meet you. I want to meet her, but the thing is, I don't live in Chicago. I'm in Syracuse, New York. Okay, so she texted the address, and what's her face was like, I don't know nobody up in New York, and they get to New York, they go to the house, and who the fuck is it? It's fucking Mary. Okay, and I'm sitting here like, ain't this a bitch? Mary, you got too much damn time on your hand. Paris was like, ain't this some bullshit? I said, girl, I fucking know. Let me tell you something. Lesbian drama. It's quite interesting. It really is. And the lengthy, like, I'm not even surprised by this, but it shows how pathetic some of these motherfuckers are. Regardless. I'm just sitting here like, you went through all of this for what? She said for fucking revenge. They said bitch because when Neat was on the phone with the so-called Tara girl, he was like the voice was different and she sound older. Okay? Mind you, Mary is already 4 or 5 years older than, I'm sorry y'all, if y'all hear that buzzing, that's my phone. It's on vibrate. Already 5 or 4 years older than Paris. Okay? So you should know better. You should fucking know better. Plus, you married, and then you got a son. So if you five, the son was 5 at the time when y'all first met up and all that stuff. This is probably 4 years later. This relationship was going on for the past 4 years. So the son is probably what, 10 right about now? 9, 10, give or take a couple of months or whatever. So you got time to do this when you should be making his lunch, sending him off to school, trying to make sure his stuff is all the way done, and finding you a job. Like, I was just sitting here like, are you serious? She said this shit was for fucking revenge. Fucking revenge because of all the stuff that Paris did to her. And see, let me tell you something. Mary, had you said a good excuse, I would have kind of sort of understood, but then I still would have went in on your ass because who the fuck has the time? If you over somebody, be over them. You are in a fucking no, you're not even in a goddamn relationship, bitch. You're married. You're fucking married, all right? And then they was like, how did you get somebody? How did you get another voice on the phone or whatever? And she was like, I had my wife on the phone talking. And I said, your wife was doing it too? And see, this is where Paris came up, and I was like, you know what? Me and Paris was thinking the same thing. She was like, bitch, you was trying to make me look stupid. Like, that's your partner. Shouldn't your partner be telling you to move the fuck on? Why is she helping you dwell on this shit? I said, tell me something, bitch. I'm thinking the same damn thing. What the fuck is going on? Who gonna sit there and let they wife fuck around with their ex? I would feel some type of way that my fucking girlfriend is harping on her past so much that she got to go through this and trying to get revenge, so they say, and playing like she in love with this other person and you sleeping in the bed next to me. No, who the fuck goes for that? I have to question the fucking wife. Like, bitch, what the fuck is on your plate? All right, what's on your mind? I mean, you was bored too. This was all a fucking game to y'all. And let me tell you something, Mary. You came up here talking about some bitch because, like Paris said, bitch, in my DJ Khaled voice, you played yourself, okay? You tried to make Paris look like the asshole, trying to make it seem like she really fucked you over, whatever. But you the one that came off looking stupid, desperate, and pathetic on national TV. You and your wife, okay? Y'all look sorry, like sorry individuals. Y'all really do. All right. Who the fuck goes through some shit like this for 4 fucking years? Okay. Talking about some, it started off as revenge and anger, and then it kind of turned to compassion and all this shit. Fuck that shit, bitch. Once we through, we fucking through. Okay? If you block me, block me. Don't make no fake profile for me. I ain't got time for this bullshit. Like, what the fuck? Obviously, something wasn't going right up in your relationship that y'all was up here playing games like this. Is that how y'all got the fuck off? I was so fucking confused. And then when she gave the excuse as to what Paris was doing to her and how she ruined her life, I said, bitch, you ruined your own damn life. This girl was 19 years old and you got upset because you came down here with no fucking job with your mother and your motherfucking son, okay, and expected a 19-year-old who was still living at home with her mother, still in school, probably was a sophomore or a freshman in college, okay, either or, got student loans out, can't really pay for her own bills, hence the reason why she's still living at home with her mom, all right, and you a grown ass motherfucker with your mother and your son, who, by might I ask, is 5 years old, and you thinking that you gonna come and live with somebody who's still living at home with their mama, and you thought the mama was gonna be okay with it, and you really gonna get pissed off when she told you to fucking leave, and she dropped your ass off at a shelter. You better be glad that she dropped your ass out at a shelter, okay? Because I would have just told you to get the fuck out, because I wouldn't care where you went, all right? You better be glad that she offered that assistance, because you lied to her. If you ask me, I don't give a damn how she put it. Like, girl, we can help with this or whatever. But bitch, you also told her that you had a job lined up. But see, you didn't. I don't understand people who move somewhere to another state or another city or whatever and don't have a job lined up. I am not quitting the job that I have unless I get fired. I am not quitting the job that I have until I have another job that's guaranteed to me. Okay? I'm not finna go across country if I don't have another job lined up ready to be for me to start in as soon as I get there. Okay? You don't do shit like that. I'm not finna go across country to another state and I don't have somewhere to fucking live. I have to go lay my head and live on somebody's couch and stuff like that. I don't do shit like that. You shouldn't do shit like that either. And you putting your child in this predicament? Like, you dumb as fuck. You dumb as fuck. Like, that's on you. You trying to make it all about Paris and all that shit, but you was older than her. You should have fucking known, bitch. I guess with age don't come maturity or wisdom, because you should have fucking known. And your mama let this shit go on too? What the fuck? I don't want to talk about people's mamas, but what was on your mama mind when she came out here and thought that this was a good idea too, to tell and told with you out here to somebody else fucking house who also living with their mama? And then gonna get upset because you had to go. The mama wasn't with it. Bitch, you lied. Both of y'all was just fucking each other over. Like, come on. It was just stupid as fuck. And then, you writing this letter talking about some, you sorry, we don't have to be friends and all that stuff. And if you need me, I'm here and all this shit. I said, girl, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. And sure enough, she had the nerve to go meet up with old girl the next day without the cameras before she left New York, with her wife and her son. Like, girl, what? Paris was like, I ain't talk to that bitch. We got the closure that we needed and that was it. Whatever. I'm sitting here like, you played yourself, all right? But let me tell you this. Ain't no bitch coming to live with me, okay? If I want in a relationship, ain't no bitch I want like this online shit, bitch. Hell no. You're not gonna come down here and live with me, and I don't even know how you are in person, like for real, for real. Get the fuck out of here. I'm like, do you have a job lined up? Let me see the receipts. Let me go up here and give me your boss number. Let me call and let them know that you coming for real, for real. What's your landlord? Because you're not finna play these games with me. It's sad that you gotta do this these days because people be trying to fuck you over. Okay? You're not finna come and just rest your ass on my motherfucking couch and just chill out while I'm sitting here going out trying to make some money and you just sitting here looking at TV looking stupid eating up my food. Bitch, no. I'm not your baby daddy, okay? And I'm not your mama caregiver. Neither am I yours. So that's what that was. So y'all tell me how y'all felt about this episode and I'll see y'all later. Peace.